Hello to everyone watching, welcome back to my channel. My name's Terry and I'm continuing my look at the Eurovision 2023 national final season, and in this video we are moving on to Moldova. Now Moldova over the last weekend had an audition phase where I think it was 30 songs performed, and then the judges picked 10 to go through to the national final, which is happening in March. We do have 10 songs for that national final, which is called Etapa Națională, and in this video I'm going to go through those 10 songs, and I didn't watch any of the auditions, so these are all going to be first time initial reactions, so very interested to see what is in the national selection. I do know there are 3 returning Eurovision artists taking part, so that's going to be very interesting as well. But if you enjoyed this video, please click the like button, and please also do let me know down in the comments who are your favourites from this national selection. But without further ado, let's begin. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to go through the artists alphabetically, and first up we are starting with one of the former Eurovision artists, Aliona, who of course took part in 2013 for Moldova. Now I did like that song, perhaps not as big a fan of it as some of the fan community was, but it was a nice performance and she's got very strong vocals. So yeah, I'm hoping that they are on show in this song as well. The song looks like it's called Duma, so I'm guessing it's going to be in Moldovan, but let's take a listen. Nice start. It's looking like we're going to be getting another ballad from her. Okay, so we're still keeping it sort of low tempo, but we're getting a little bit of a disco beat there in the background. So it's not a straight up ballad. Yeah, it's nice. In this sort of audition format, it's a little bit difficult to gauge exactly the vibe they're trying to go for, because of course it hasn't got all the staging bells and whistles with it. It's okay so far, but we'll see how the rest of it goes, but it's not quite wowing me just yet. Yeah, this is okay for me, but nothing more, I'd say. I think I will need to see what it's looking like with the full staging, but at the moment, in this format, it's not quite really grabbing me very much. I'm not sure whether there's going to be any revamps to any of these songs prior to the live final. Maybe there will be, because this is just an audition format. But yeah, we'll see what we end up with in terms of the final package of this come the live shows. The next song I'm going to be checking out is from Corina, Ivanov, and the song is, I'm guessing that's When Love Is Real. So let's check this one out and see what we think. Getting another ballad here. A little bit difficult to make out the words there. It's giving me a bit of a sort of a late 90s, early 2000s sort of pop R&B ballad type thing there. Yeah, this is giving a very early 2000s vibe. There is definitely a dated element to this. This is something that I feel would fit very much into Eurovision in around the sort of 2001, 2002, 2003 era. I'm enjoying it, but even for that type of musical era, I don't think that this song has got a lot about it that makes it stand out. It's just a very pleasant, radio-friendly type song. So yeah, this one is lacking something to really sort of make it stand out. And as I said, it has got quite a dated vibe to it too. I'm quite liking this moment here with the vocals there and the instrumentation in the melody. I quite liked what it was doing there. And then for me, there's a key change there. Some of those vocals are quite a bit off, I thought. And the key change wasn't really working for me. So yeah, the vocal there was quite a bit off there again. I'm not disliking the song, but it just is pretty dated for what it's trying to be, and quite an abrupt end there as well, I felt. We now move on to the song from Cosmina. The song is called Indestructible. So let's see what we think of this one. Third female artist in a row we have here as well. So we're getting again a sort of slow tempo vibe here. But I'm liking this start. It's got sort of a nice production there that I'm picking up on. Yes, this has got a rather predictable Eurovision sort of strength, empowerment type thing. Again, I think this has got that sort of dated, sort of mid-2000s Eurovision vibe going on. I'm liking it. I'm not too crazy about a vocal at times either, but it's pleasant vocal. Yeah, so we're getting a long sort of extended note there. So similar to the previous song, this is following quite a formulaic, traditional vibe for a Eurovision song. It was nice, if predictable, but yeah, still waiting for that one song that's going to stand out and wow me. Song number 4 is from Donia. The song's called Red Zone. Let's see what we think of this one. So immediately getting something that's got a little bit more of a tempo to it. And it's giving a bit of a sort of a disco-y vibe there. But I'm also picking up on some ethnic elements there in the instrumental slightly. Quite liking this so far. I'm kind of liking the kind of low-key, moody chorus. But at the same time, I feel like I would have preferred it to be more punchier to allow sort of a better stage performance in a way with dancing and everything. Although hopefully they've got plans for the staging in mind for this, because I do think with good staging that's reflecting the ethnic elements that are going on there, it could come across very well. I do think of the 4 so far, this is probably my favourite in terms of my own enjoyment. So yeah, so far enjoying this, but still looking for something about it to really jump out at me. Next up, we've got what looks like the group Nördika. called with a song called Damn and Down, and looks like we're getting our first male vocal artist here as well. So let's take a listen. Okay, so I think we've actually got a female lead vocalist, which I didn't notice before, so another female vocalist. Getting a rocky aspect. She's got an interesting vocal tone to her voice, and I quite like it. But that chorus where they're just repeating damn and down again and again isn't very good for me. And quite a lot of these parts just sound very messy to my ears. And it's not really grabbing me or engaging me very much. And that might just be because it's on this small audition stage. But they are getting sort of a light show and the LED screens behind them, so there is quite a lot there to sort of catch your attention. But yeah, this song isn't quite doing it for me either, unfortunately. Yeah, for me this song is now starting to drag a little. Yeah, it just seems to be very repetitive with this in the chorus and overall quite messy, unfortunately. Moving on now, we have OL and Why You Play It Cool. So let's see what we think of this one. Oh, I like the start there with the kind of gospel-y start. It's sort of giving a bit of a sort of Motown-y vibe there too. So interesting start. It has immediately caught my attention, which is good. So I'm liking her vocals. I'm liking the attitude she's bringing to the song. There's a nice melody there. I just feel that this chorus is perhaps a little bit too lackluster for me. In this selection so far, it's probably one of my favourites, but if it was to go to Eurovision, it just isn't enough about it to make it stand out. It would get lost very easily in the semi-final up against other much stronger songs. You know, it's nice. I am enjoying it. It is nice, and it is one of the better songs in this selection. But yeah, so far, nothing in the selection so far is really standing out for me, unfortunately. But as I said, this is one of the better ones that I've listened to so far. So next up, moving on to our second returning former Eurovision artist and the first lead male vocalist in this lineup that I've listened to so far. It's Pasha Parfeni. The song is Soarele. So of course he represented Moldova in 2012 and was the writer of Aliona's song in 2013. His song in 2012 was nice and fun and catchy, although I was never quite a big massive fan of it, but it was enjoyable. But let's listen to see what his attempt for 2023 sounds like. So getting a bit of a dark, moody, ethnic-y start there. So it's sort of immediately grabbing my attention. Okay, liking this bit here. I'm liking the switch up from the verses. It's definitely standing out to me so far. Quite different from his 2012 entry, I would say. And so far amongst this field, I think it's the only one that sort of really adds something in the old production that sounded to me like it was something that would be ready to go to Eurovision. So that is a very strong positive for it. And I am really liking the melody and the beat going on. So I would say this is probably just on the sort of first half of the song my clear favourite of the songs I've listened to so far from this selection. I am hoping when we get to the live shows in these sort of long instrumental ethnic moments, we get a bit of a performance on stage with dancers rather than just Pasha dancing there by himself. I feel like he needs to have a couple of other people on stage to really deliver the vibe of the song that he's trying to deliver. And I think that will help to elevate the whole package of the song. Okay, so we're now moving on to the final of the three returning former Eurovision artists. SunStroke projects are back, of course represented Moldova in 2010 and 2017. Their attempt for 2023 is called Yummy Mummy. I don't know if that's a follow-up song to A Mama in 2017. 2010, I was never a big fan of that song, I'm going to be honest. Of course, with the epic sax guy meme, that song has kind of got a bit of a legendary status now in Eurovision. But I was never really a big fan of that. And in 2017, I wasn't a big fan either to begin with, although it definitely grew on me over time. And we could definitely normally rely on them to bring the fun stage show to their performances. So, hoping to see good fun again this time around. And let's take a listen.
You're my yummy mommy. Damn, you're my yummy mommy. My battery's always...
Okay, so we've only got two of them here. So I don't know whether the violin guy is still part of the group or he just wasn't able to make the rehearsals for that day. You know, they are delivering the fun. But so far the song isn't quite grabbing me, but we'll see where it goes in the chorus to see whether that brings the fun and the energy. Okay, so they're bringing the fun here with this chorus and with the dancing, which is always important. And we know that if they were to go to Eurovision, they'll definitely elevate that even further and get the crowd involved. And obviously the bit here with the epic sax guy doing his sax solo always gets people in the mood. So I'm quite enjoying this quite a lot, to be fair. Probably not as good as A Mama in 2017, but in amongst a final lineup that we've got in Moldova, with not a lot that's standing out, they definitely have that standout ability, which will obviously give them a very strong chance of doing well in the Moldovan selection. Yes, I'm quite enjoying this. It's, you know, getting me vibing and jibing. And I think it's definitely got a memorability factor there. They always have that memorability factor with their performance. Yeah, I think this is, you know, one of the stronger songs in the selection show for Moldova. Okay, so the penultimate entry is from Surorile Osoianu. I hope I pronounced that correctly, and probably not, but the song title, I'm going to attempt, Bade, bădişor, bădiţă, and very intrigued by what we're going to get just from seeing the, you know, the video still here at the beginning. Hoping we're going to get something a little bit ethnic here from Moldova. You know, we can always rely on them to give something very traditional in their country style in their national final. So let's take a listen and see what we think. Like in the start, definitely getting that ethnic element, as I was saying. Reminded me a bit of a mix of the Russian Grannies and also Tulia for Poland in 2019. There with their sort of vocal style where they're singing together. I'm enjoying this. I'm thinking the song is perhaps lacking something about it to make it stand out so far. I think for me the memorability factor is more coming from them rather than the song itself. And it is quite repetitive. We just seem to be getting a lot of this la 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 bits with the added sort of spoken throat lips with the added lyrics added in there. But you know, it's definitely got the memorability factor with the la la la, so people probably won't forget it. But I feel if it wasn't them as artists, I probably wouldn't like it as much as I am probably liking it at the moment. Okay, so the final of the 10 songs is Let's Dance by Victor Gulick. So let's see what we think of this one. So getting a sort of disco-y, dancey vibe there. Quite liking his vocal. There is an interesting tone there that I'm picking up on. It's giving me quite a dated 80s vibe there. Yeah, quite dated. I don't dislike it, but it's not a particularly sort of great example of sort of doing that 80s throwback vibe for me. It does just come across as quite dated, and even back in the 80s, I don't think this would be something that would be considered particularly great quality of that genre. So yeah, overall, not really doing it too much for me. Yeah, for me, this song is just lacking a little bit of, you know, something to make it stand out. I'm finding it quite background music-y at the moment as well. So yeah, wouldn't be one that I would consider for Moldova to send, sadly. Okay, so there we go. That completes my reaction to the 10 songs taking part in the Moldovan national selection, which is due to take place at the beginning of March. So, overall, as I'm sure you picked up from my reactions, there wasn't a lot of great stuff in this national selection. I feel quite a lot of the songs there were very sort of dated and lightweight and would almost certainly not qualify for the final. However, there are a few songs in there that really did stood out for me. And for me, my clear favourite is probably the song from Pasha Parfeni. That would definitely be the one that I would personally send to Eurovision. I really liked the energy that it ran, and it sort of had that sort of memorable ethnic elements in it. So I definitely think that would be the one I would personally send, and it is my clear favourite. But I also did enjoy the song from the SunStroke project. I think they definitely was able to bring good fun to this performance. You know, lyrically, it's not the greatest, but with A Mama in 2017, it wasn't so much about the lyrics, it was more about the fun aspect that they were bringing to the performance. And I'm sure with the live performance or a proper staging, they would be able to deliver that again. So that's probably my second choice. And then for me, in third place was probably a close tie between Donia and Surorile Osoianu. probably be my joint third. They both had elements there that I quite liked too. But those are just my opinions on the 10 songs in the national selection for Moldova. So please do let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are, who are your favourites, and who you're hoping Moldova will send to Eurovision. And if you enjoyed this video, please click the like button. Thank you to everyone that does that. It means a lot to me. And also, please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell if you want to be informed when all my future videos are released. But that's all for now. Thank you very much for everyone watching. Take care, and until the next video, goodbye.